What's up, guys? We are back. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. To be honest, I lost some motivation there for a little bit, but there's nothing like starting a new run to bring back that spark that we need, you know what I mean? Today we're playing Pokemon Run and Bun, which is a relatively new ROM hack that seems to have everything that I look for in a good ROM hack. That being mainly, it's insanely hard. I think this might actually be the hardest ROM hack ever made to date from what I've seen, and it looks like a whole lot of fun. This game is designed in a way where it's meant to be Nuzlocked. Now, I'm not going to be Nuzlocking this run, unfortunately. I just simply don't have the time. I mean, like, I totally could Nuzlock this game. It'd be super easy. Like, I totally could. I just don't have the time. But on a real note, if you guys actually watch some of these streamers who are Nuzlocking this game, it's actually insane. Every single trainer battle requires multiple hours of preparation. It's literally like a full-time job. It's insanely impressive. But anyways, let's get started with the playthrough. And today's battle is going to be Brawly, who is the first gym leader in this game. Brawly is still the fighting type gym leader in this game, but his team is way stacked. His Pokemon are super strong. He leads with the Cub Fu, and we lead with Natu. And our level cap for this battle is 21. On this first turn, we have to get a little bit lucky. We're going to tank a Sucker Punch here. It's super effective, and it's a roll to knock out. Well, it's a good roll in our favor. We survive just barely on 1 HP and restore a little bit of health with the Orange Berry, but it's not going to matter. We get off the Psybeam, which is also going to be super effective damage. It's not enough to one-shot, but all we really needed on this first turn is the damage, and Natu is going to go down here regardless. And he finishes us off with the Zen Headbutt. Now, this is random move out of Cub Fu because we're at such low HP. If we could have accurately predicted another Sucker Punch, we could have made a safe switch into a different Pokemon, but because we can't predict his moves when it goes for random move, it's not worth it. So instead of taking that risk, we're going to make the more consistent play to sacrifice Natu and go into Hitmonchan next. Next, all we have to do is click Priority Mach Punch, and it's enough to finish off Cub Fu. Now, Hitmonchan being a fully evolved Pokemon at this early stage of the game hits pretty hard. That Mach Punch has got the stab bonus, and we've got the Iron Fist ability, so all punching moves deal increased damage. Brawly sent out Lopunny next. Now we can predict it goes for Retaliate here. So we want to switch Hitmonchan out into Togedemaru to resist the incoming Retaliate attack. And because Cub Fu fainted on the previous turn, Retaliate deals boosted damage, and even Togedemaru type resisting, Retaliate deals massive damage. We do get some chip damage from the Iron Barbs, and we're going to get some more chip here with the Fake Out. Now, this accomplishes 2 goals. Number 1, we get some more chip damage, and number 2, it's going to activate Lopunny's eject button to switch him out, and he's forced into Combuskin. And that eject button is a one-time use consumable item held by Lopunny that switches the user out whenever it gets hit from any attack. Now with Combuskin on the field, we definitely want to switch Togedemaru out and go into our starter Prinplup. We get hit by the double kick, and this kind of sucks because we would have taken less damage if Combuskin would have went for a fire type move against Togedemaru, but it's fine. Now Combuskin is going to get a speed boost, and this can get really dangerous if we let him get out of control. Speaking of getting out of control, he goes for the workup, boosting his attack and special attack. Now with the speed boost on top of that, this thing is trying to set up to sweep, so we've got to take care of this as soon as possible. We get off the Bubble Beam, it deals huge damage, but not quite enough to one-shot. Now Combuskin is going to be a lot faster after all those speed boosts, but that's fine. We've got a priority move in Aqua Jet, which is also going to be super effective, and it's enough to finish off Combuskin. And that's 2 of Brawly's Pokemon down, 4 more to go, but as you guys may be able to see, this gym is a lot harder than from the Vanilla Emerald games. These Pokemon are a lot stronger, and the AI is a lot better too. Alright, so Lopunny comes back out, and this is a pretty predictable strategy that Brawly likes to do. Because whenever he has a Pokemon faint, Lopunny likes to come back in and go for the Retaliate because it deals huge boosted damage after one of his Pokemon faints. We switch Togedemaru back in to tank the attack, and even so, type resisting the move, it still deals some pretty big damage. And Togedemaru is our only Pokemon that can resist normal type moves, but we're running low on HP, and that Orange Berry did not do much. Same strat as last time, we've got some Iron Barbs chip, we get some Fake Out chip, and we're just trying to whittle this thing down slow and steady as much as possible. Now we want to switch Togedemaru out here because we're predicting an incoming fighting type move, and we need to save Togedemaru for later. So we're going to switch him out and go into Ekans, getting off the Intimidate, and our Poison typing is going to resist his attacks now. This Ekans coming in clutch for us, super useful. Intimidate is probably the best ability in the game, and to have it this early on is really useful. Lopunny goes for the Drain Punch, we type resist, and he doesn't restore much HP at all. And this is why it's so important that we resist that Drain Punch. We cannot afford to let him restore any of that HP that we worked so hard to damage. He smartens up and goes for Retaliate, dealing more damage than Drain Punch did. However, Retaliate is not boosted this time, and even considering Lopunny being intimidated, it still deals some decent damage. We fire back with the Poison Fang, landing the huge lucky crit. We take those all day, and getting the poison on top of that, but even after the additional damage from the crit and poison, it's not enough to take him out. So we're gonna have to tank another Retaliate here. Luckily, thanks to Ekans' Orange Berry, we're able to survive, get off another Poison Fang, and finish off this Lopunny for good. Real quick, guys, if you enjoy watching Pokemon battles like this, remember to like the video. It helps out a whole lot with the YouTube algorithm and all that good stuff. And also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Pokemon Run and Bun. Alright, so Hitmontop comes out next, and this thing is an absolute menace. It hits like a truck, and we're actually stuck here because we can't switch out in Nose Pursue anyway. So even if we tried, Ekans is going down here regardless. And this is really too bad because Ekans Intimidate would have been really useful against this Hitmontop. But we don't really have a good solid answer for this thing. And at this point, I was definitely panicking. We don't have any Pokemon here that can 1v1 Hitmontop. So we're going to have to come up with a strategy on the fly, and eventually I decide on Delcatty. Now the thing with Delcatty is, unfortunately, she has the ability Normalize, which means our Play Rough is going to be a normal type attack, so it's not going to deal super effective damage. Alright, so we always go for Fake Out first, there's no reason not to, and it actually deals a good chunk of damage considering it's only Fake Out. Now we're going to have to tank an attack here. He goes for the Mach Punch, it's super effective, and Delcatty just barely survives on 8 HP. We restore a bit from the Orange Berry, but that's not going to end up mattering at all. We get off the Charm and decide to cut his attack in half. This is the most consistent play. It's not worth even trying to go for Sing. And Play Rough wouldn't deal much damage either. So now that we've got his attack down, we can bring in Hitmonchan, who should be able to finish the battle, now having an advantage. We switch Hitmonchan into the incoming Mach Punch. Let's see what we're working with here, how much damage it's going to deal after that Charm, and Hitmonchan tanks it like a boss. First things first, we're going to Fake Out, and I think that all of our Pokemon pretty much have Fake Out, but there's no reason not to use it. Again, Hitmontop doesn't have Inner Focus or anything like that. But next we're going to follow up with the Mach Punch, and it deals surprisingly a low amount of damage. It almost deals like the same amount of damage that his Mach Punch is doing to us, and that's crazy considering that he's charmed and we're not. And it's a battle of the Mach Punches. Now this would definitely not have been winnable without that alley-oop from Delcatty going for the Charm. He tosses it up, Hitmonchan switches in for the Slam Dunk, and we finish him off with one final Mach Punch. Another thing too about this game is that all of the enemy Pokemon have ideal natures and perfect IVs, and we don't have that same luxury. So that could be one of the causes of the discrepancy between how much damage we're dealing versus how much damage we're taking. And there is ways where you can improve your IVs and change your natures, but it's a bit complicated. I'm not too worried about it. Either way, it's all part of the challenge, and I'm here for it. That's part of what makes the game fun. But anyways, Poliwrath comes out next, and this is what we've saved Togedemaru for. But first, and this is very crucial, we want to switch through Delcatty. Unfortunately, Delcatty has served her purpose during this battle. We're going to eat the superpower, which in turn is going to lower Poliwrath's attack and defense. Sacrificing yet another Pokemon. Unfortunately, I didn't say it was going to be pretty, but it is necessary. Now with Delcatty fainted, we can bring in Togedemaru to take on this 1v1. And you can guess what comes next? That's right, it's another Fake Out. Is that 10 Fake Outs so far this entire battle? Comment below if you counted out all the Fake Outs that we've used this battle, but a Fake Out deals massive damage thanks to the defense drop. We follow up with a Spark, which is also going to deal big damage, and it's enough to finish off Poliwrath. And I don't even think that Fake Out was necessary. Spark honestly probably would have one-shot, but I always like going for Fake Out. It makes me feel comfy, you know? It's like a turn to Scout, although not really, and just get a little damage off, you know? So Brawly's last Pokemon, Scraggy, comes out, and this thing is a monster. It is a Rest Shed Skin Scraggy. And we are going to take another loss here. Togedemaru goes down to the Power-Up Punch, boosting Scraggy's attack stat in the process, but Togedemaru gets his last lick in with the Iron Barb's chip damage, and we've still got 2 Pokemon left versus Brawly's 1. But we might not even need both of them. We bring out Hitmonchan to take us home. Of course, we got to Fake Out, 1 for the boys, 1 more for the boys. It doesn't deal that much damage, but that's okay. It's going to get Scraggy just in range of a follow-up Mach Punch that deals super effective damage. We're not even letting him get off any of that rest shenanigans, take him out before he has the chance, and that is GG, Gym Leader Brawly. And that's the first battle of Pokemon Run and Bun. At least it's the first major boss battle, but I hope you guys liked the video. leave a comment and let me know if you're excited to see more of this game. Let me know who your favorite trainer battles were, or who your favorite boss battles were, or who you think the hardest battles in the game are. Feedback is super highly appreciated, and if you guys didn't like it, that's fine too, but let me know. I hope this video does well because it looks like a fun game to me, but I want to hear from you guys if this is a series that you are wanting to see. But yeah, guys, the battles only get harder and harder from here, and I'm super excited to play this game. I hope you guys are too. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and especially if you have made it to the end of this video, thanks for your continued support, and see you next time.